Welcome back, guys. I'm Shift, and here I'm with a group of Sociology of Cars. We're actually doing a photo shoot because we're getting ready to launch our individual podcasts and just media, I should say, different media groups, because not all of us are just specific to podcasts. One of us are actually on YouTube, but each of us will branch off under the umbrella of Sociology of Cars, and we'll have our own show, if you will. So what we're doing here is this is the behind the scenes of us taking pictures to basically launch ourselves as individuals, as new car hosts, and also with our car, with the host separate. We did a mix and match of different pictures that we're taking of, and now we're just trying to get as much as we can, trying to catch ambient lighting from the outside, but as you can see, it's starting to go down. We're at the golden hour right now. So we're in a location in San Pedro. It's one of these isolated warehouses out here. Can't actually share or disclose the information because of certain things we promised the owner, but this is just an opportunity that we had to go ahead and just cover our different cars, cover our different hosts with the cars. And what the plan is, we're actually looking to find some sponsors to help fund our podcast and just our individual ventures, podcast / YouTube channel. And you can see here, there's a group of us. You just saw the 911 that just pulled out. We're now going to pull in this Boxster over here. About to do my car after the Boxster. And then the little Miata, that one was done first, so he's already done. But basically, this warehouse is a pretty cool space. So the little bit that I can share is that the owner is looking to... Now, I don't know specifically if he's going to sell it or they're going to overhaul the interior for a different type of business. But as you can see, it has this very cool rustic look to it. And we're just taking advantage of the interior currently before they go ahead and renovate everything. So we thought it was a cool opportunity to take some shots and have some fun out here. So that's what we're doing. So my show, Shifted Perspective, we're going to get started with that pretty soon. But this is just some of the other little bits in the progress that we're just getting ready to go ahead and take care of before we launch. Just kind of prepping things, focusing on a little bit of marketing just to make sure that, the right people see it in the right lighting and the right way that we want to go ahead and do this. So here we are. We got a couple more hours left. We're trying to do as much as we can. But we also have different types of lighting inside the warehouse here. So we did quite a bit with the sun and after it was starting to set. But now we're at that point to where it is setting. And now we're just trying different poses now, different shots with different cars. One thing I want to mention is that, so the driver in this Boxster is known as the Stiglette. He's going to be starting his YouTube channel, and it's going to be car reviews, but based on from a race car driver's perspective. He goes by the Stiglette, but he was a pro kart racer from a young age, and then he just now transitioned into driving Miatas. But he drives a manufacturer spec Miata supplied by Mazda, and he races in a series that's specific NC Miata cars. So he is now a pro driver. He just signed on with them not too long ago, and he will be going about his channel from his perspective of a driver, which I think is pretty cool. I know some of you have watched a lot of car reviews, and there's plenty of car reviewers out there, but at the end of the day, are they all professional drivers? Do they all know how to drive in a professional, high-performance setting? Like, do they do track days? Do they instruct? It's like, what's their background? Like, what really justifies them as a professional driver? It's because they drove in over 100 different cars. Well, can they actually take it to the limit and drive it at the limit? Can they understand the handling dynamics and characteristics of cars and really give you proper feedback from a driver's perspective? Or is it really just they review cars really well and they are, basically a great host and they can talk really well. So it's one of my pet peeves when I see a lot of different reviews. It's like, you guys are all the same. They're all basic. They're all doing the same type of rinse and repeat type cycle. And it's like, it's time for a change. I want to see something different. So when I heard that he was going to do his take on that, I'm like, finally, someone that can actually deliver proper information from a person that can actually drive the car to its limit and understand what's actually happening and then deliver the feedback that other drivers actually want to hear. So that's just one example of one of the shows under the umbrella of Sociology of Cars that we're doing. Our other host, Michael, he's going to be doing his shorter takes. He's doing podcasts, but they're really going to be like very, very short segments, like 5 minutes. I think they're all under 10 minutes at most. But his approach is capturing people, real life people stories, real experiences of used car buying, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's sentimental, whatever, just any experience that really just jogs a certain emotion or makes you feel a certain way in any capacity. And he's going to be highlighting people, your stories, everyone's story. We all have a different story because at some point all of us has had a used car at some point, unless you're lucky enough to go straight into a new car. For the majority of us, we've bought a new car at some point, whether it was our parents helped us shop for it, whether we got to make the decision, anything in between. So he gets to share other people's real stories, and I'm sure a lot of it is relatable. And I know I have a lot of interesting used car stories because I've always purchased used cars. I've never owned a new car up till recently with this 8.6. So everyone has a different story, and some are great and some are terrible. But basically, if you want to be heard and you want to share your story, or if that speaks to you a certain way, he will definitely have a contact, which I'll include down below, of where you can reach out and share your story. And he's definitely looking for submissions. If you feel like you have something you just want to share, or you feel like maybe you sharing your story could help someone out, definitely reach out to him. And I'll include his contact information below. But I thought that was something that's unique as well, because all of us are car lovers. All of us have owned used cars, especially Michael. And I'm sure he's experienced quite a few for himself. So that's one thing to look out for if that's something you're interested in. What's interesting to me, I actually find fascinating that these two cars both have boxer engines in it, yet they're completely different. Obviously, this is a Toyota branded Subaru, and then to the right we have a Porsche, but at some point, the concept of the engine came from a single source many, many decades ago. But yet, you look at these two cars today, they're completely different, night and day. Not just where the engine is placed, but just the take on the car. Everyone knows Toyota is, that's your everyday entry-level, maybe even economic car that most people, the majority, can afford. Then you have your Porsche, which is known as a luxury brand, and it's definitely high-end. It definitely costs more money. It definitely carries a certain status and a weight with it. Yet, it's also equally as accepted and appreciated by many people, just like Toyota, just at a different level. So I just found that to be interesting, especially when you're comparing the 8.6 BRZ to a Cayman, to a Boxster. I mean, it's like, then you're starting to compare not just apples to apples, because they're totally different fruit. It's like an orange and a pear, but then you're look at the differences between where the engine is placed, whether it's mid-engine, whether it's rear engine, whether it's front engine, but they all have a low center of gravity. That was the main purpose behind it, but also just efficiency and longevity. I mean, each have their own quirks and kinks, and not everything is perfect, but when you start to look at these two for what they are and what they represent at that time, and even this car right here is still holding its value. I believe it's a 996. It's a 2001. And these are still a hot car to get. They're relatively more affordable, obviously, than the more recent 911 generations, because they seem to just keep getting more and more expensive. But just to think that they've stayed true to their boxer engine for decades, And look at them now. They're still doing really well. And then you have Subaru over here just doing their economic thing. And they partnered up with Toyota to make this car. But even then, pretty impressive, if I say so myself, especially on the track conditions. Like, you put those cars in the track setting, for what it is, the money that you get for this 8.6, for this Toyota, for this BRZ, the Subaru, flawless. It's amazing. Not to take anything away from the Porsche, but if you're comparing maintenance, cost, consumables, then you start to look at it and you're like, okay, maybe this one over here starts to make more sense. But anyway, I just thought it was fascinating because they're each totally different in their unique class and their standings, but they do different things for different people. Yet at the end of the day, we all have joy for it. Just depends on how much money you're trying to spend. All right, it's my turn. I'm gonna be getting to this spot however they want. Probably have to wait for this boxer to get out of the way, but here we go. Go ahead and try not to hit the cat, the Miata over here. Jimmy actually refers to it as a cat. Now, whether it's angry or not, I have no idea. About to find out, though. It's pretty cool maneuvering around this warehouse. Gotta be careful not to run into anything here. Wait for this guy to come out. That's a Stiglette. I'll probably let him back in. We'll see. So it'll be my turn to shoot pretty soon. So we're gonna go ahead and try to wrap this up. I'm the last car. You can definitely see a tiny bit of sun left, but we're gonna go and get this over with. But we're having fun. This is a good time. We got a few hours out here, so we're definitely going to maximize all the time we got here. So here we go. Go ahead and pull in here. Might be a little biased, but I love the way this car looks, especially in this setting.
Describe to people. They're like, "Oh, you're not going to interview me? Oh, I want you to tell the story. I'm just the host, but it's your story. I'm going to bring you up on stage." Yeah.
As we wrap things up, get some final poses with this car. Now we have all the cars.
Like 5, 12 cars.
The way we have it lined up.
Yeah, I'm almost at 2 meters left.
Holy shit, dude.
It'll be enough for the last few shots.
To conclude the night.
You don't want to show too much of the lap.
That's pretty
Yeah, because
But we can crop it a little bit.
we can crop it and everything. I just didn't want it to have the Miata too covered with the cars because it was too covered from the other side.
It's like a cover photo to a magazine.
Whatever you think.
This would be cool if we had one.
Same thing, you just guys stand next to your car just casually.
Yeah.
Maybe if you want.
All right, we're about to wrap this up.
But they were all like leaning on their hoods.
We're getting tired. We're getting hungry.
I don't know.
Just want to conclude this.
Lean it like this.
See you guys next time.